What's up guys, welcome back to another tutorial video. Today I will be teaching you guys how to add text just like this with the social icon. This is a cool effect and I've been seeing it in a lot of people's montages lately. And I thought I would show you guys how to do this completely in Premiere Pro, no After Effects or anything like that. It's just pretty simple. I hope this video is helpful to you guys. And yeah, before we get into this tutorial, I want you guys to smash that like button. I want to see if we can get 1,000 likes. That would be pretty crazy. If you do enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe with post notifications on so you don't miss an upload. One more little plug, go make sure to follow my Instagram. It's just chimp.tv. That would mean a lot. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this tutorial. So before we get into Premiere Pro, the first thing you need to do is download this font. So go ahead to the font link in the description and it should take you here. And as you can see, there's the download button. Just go ahead and click that and it should download a RAW file. Make sure you have some sort of zip extractor like WinRAR or 7-zip. I'll have the links down to them. Make sure you have those because I don't think it will work if you don't have that. So it should just download like this, and if it opens like this, just go ahead and drag this file right here, the smartphone color, the TTF file, and make sure you just drag that and just drag it onto your desktop. I already have that installed, but I'll replace that. And as you can see, it's right here. Make sure you just double click and open that and click install right here. Yes, I would like to replace that for the sake of this video. Okay, so once it has installed, you can just go ahead and close that and open up Premiere Pro. Okay, so first things first, start up a new project and import your clips. If you don't know how to do that, make sure you go and watch my Basics of Premiere Pro tutorial. That will show you everything you need to know in this video, all the basics basically. And yeah, so make sure you know what you're doing before you do this tutorial because it will make it a lot easier instead of being really confused while watching this. So what you want to go do, drag your clip onto the timeline. It's just a free building clip from Gleck, who I have been using his clips for a while because I quit Fortnite. And yeah, I'll have his link in the description. First things first, we want to create a text. Go ahead and press T for that and just click anywhere on the screen here. As you can see, I can type. Go ahead and find Font Smartphone Pro or just search it. I've got mine here. Make sure that's selected. And basically, if you type T, it will use the Twitter logo. If you go L, it will do the Instagram logo. V is for Snapchat, F is for Facebook. You can just mess around with this and find the ones that you want. As you can see, we got all of those ones. Which is really handy. So I'm going to be doing the Twitter one. So I'm just going to press T and then we can select that, make that a bit larger and line that up where you want it. Make sure this layer, this T layer is deselected by just clicking out of it. And then I'm going to press T again and make a new text layer. And then this one will be the one that has your Twitter username or whatever. And I'm going to do Arial bold. So as you can see, it's Arial bold. This is the one that all the people you see doing this are using, which is why I will use this. So my Twitter is chimptv. Make sure you go and follow that. And I'm going to line that up right next to this. Might even make it a bit bigger. And now that you see that, I'm going to go ahead and select both clips and right click and then I'm going to press nest. And now you can see this is one layer. And now what I am going to go ahead and do is search for drop shadow right under video effects in perspective right here, drop shadow. I'm just going to drag that on top. And as you can see, it adds a nice little drop shadow. You can go ahead and mess around with the settings. We can see opacity. If I make it to the max, it's you can mess around with the opacity and the direction just to your liking. I'm gonna make it probably 40. No, I'm gonna make that 60. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that at 60, the opacity at 60. And if you mess around the direction, it changes where the drop shadow is, but I'm gonna leave that at the default. And if you change distance, it just changes where the drop shadow is. you know, you could mess around with it, whatever that, make it bigger, like that. I'm just gonna leave it at the default. Actually, I might make it a bit bigger. I'm gonna put that at 7. It's a bit more visible. And then the softness just changes how visible it is. I'm just gonna leave that at 0. As you can see, now we have this layer created, our little logo layer. And now to add that wobble effect, it is go ahead into your effect search panel and go wave warp. We've got distort wave warp. That is the one we want. I'm gonna drag that on there. And as you can see, you've got a little wavy wobble thing here going on. That is a bit too wobbly for my liking, so I'm gonna go ahead and change the wave height. As you can see, it changes the height. I'm gonna make that 3 actually. And that looks quite nice. The other effects you can add, so undo all of that. The other effect you can add is called Turbulent Displace. Turbulent Displace right here. I'm gonna add that on top. And it kind of warps it a bit. And if you mess around with the settings, you can make it warp a bit. To get this as a moving motion, you're going to have to do some keyframing. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that right now. So first things first, go to the first frame of this clip, make sure it is selected, and you want to be in the effect controls panel and find the turbulent displace. As you can see right here, you got displacement amount, all these other settings. The only one we're going to be using is the amount, so make sure you go ahead. I like where this is here, so -21 looks quite nice. I'm going to have it start there. So I'm going to have it at -21 to start with, and go ahead and click mount at the first frame. Make sure you're at the very start of this clip. As you can see, it creates a little keyframe right here. And then I'm going to go forward about probably 5 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 would be better. So I'm going to go forward 10 frames, create another keyframe, and I'm going to make it +21. And as you can see, it does this little thing. And what I'm going to be doing is repeating that. So to repeat that, to make it consistent, go ahead from this one frame. When you're hovering over a frame with your marker, it will be blue here. So make sure you're over that. And then go ahead another 10 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now what I want to do is go ahead and just drag over these, drag my cursor and select both of these. I'm going to hold down Alt and drag these to where my marker is. So now you can see this is what it looks like. And then continue that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just select these, Alt, and move them down. And keep doing that until you reach the end of your clip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Select all of these, and right there. So I think that should be enough. I'm going to go ahead and render this as this little line up here indicates that it is not rendered, and it might play back choppy. So I'm going to render into out. Again, I'm assuming you guys know how to do all of this from my past videos, but if you don't, make sure you go ahead and watch my basics of Premiere Pro, and that will help you a lot, as I have said. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. If you want the little warping motion to be slower, just go ahead and space these out more. If I wanted this, I could just delete 2 frames. I believe that should work. Let's see what this looks like. As you can see, it's much slower now. So basically, if you want it slower, just spread out the keyframes or delete the ones in between. So every 2 would make it slower. And then again, if you want it slower, you know, space out those keyframes even more. But I'm happy with this motion. I think it looks quite cool. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add a Instagram one. So maybe right here, I'm going to I'm going to trim that right there. And basically we're going to repeat that first process for making this Twitter one exactly for the Instagram one. But instead of the Twitter logo, we're going to make the Instagram logo. Okay, so I've created the Instagram logo just like this one. It's not exactly the same size as this because silly me forgot to include that you need to record the scale, just the scale, which will be up here, the scale of the text. So make sure you record that and duplicate that into here. So just enter the same values for the scale as this one. So say this was, I don't know, 120. You're going to make this one 120 by going up here. So 120. Now I haven't added the turbulent effect because there is a much easier way than instead of redoing all the keyframes. Now instead of making all those keyframes again, what you want to do is go ahead back to your nested sequence, select that, and then go ahead down to where we made these keyframes. And as you can see, it says Turbulent Displace right here. Make sure you select that and then right click and press Save Preset. And what that will do, just press OK on this. What that will do, it will create a preset in your presets folder. So if I go Effects, Preset, and as you can see, you have Turbulent Displacement right here. What that did is it basically just made all of these keyframes a preset that you can save. So now you can just be able to drag and drop this onto your clips instead of redoing all of that. So as you can see, now I've dragged and dropped. It's the exact same effect, but on this clip. So now you can see I've got my Twitter and my Instagram. Now that we've got these two, instead of it just doing a little jump cut to the next one, I want to have a nice little transition in between here. So to get that, go ahead to the description and download the preset pack, the Orange 83 text preset pack. If you go to that link and when you download it, it may say that you have to pay for it, but you don't have to pay for that. It's just asking for a donation. So you can go ahead and put $0 and you'll get it for free basically. So I've seen a lot of comments saying, oh, you have to pay for it. No, you don't. It's just asking for a donation, which is optional. You don't have to do that. So once you have that downloaded, go ahead and import that preset by going up to these three lines, go import presets, and go ahead and find where you downloaded that preset. Now to add that preset, now you should be able to see under presets Orange 83, and as I've got here, text and image animation pack, that's the one you just downloaded, and it has all of these transitions and effects that you can use on your text. Instead of adding adjustment layer that goes over the top of these two clips, if I did that, that would mean the effects apply to the clip as well. I just want the effect to be on the text. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and count. I'm going to try like 5 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go back to the middle and then go forward 5 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then cut that. So now you can see we've cut the clips into these two little sections, and this is where the effects will be. So if you go ahead and just drag over these two clips so they're both selected, you could also hold shift and click both of them. And then once those are both selected, go ahead and drag the effect you want to use onto that. So I'm going to use effect 2. As you can see, that looks really cool. You also have a bunch of other cool effects that you can play around with, but I will leave the experimenting with the different effects to you guys. And yeah, so I hope this video has been quite helpful. It was actually recommended to me by someone that watches my videos, and I thought I would help them out and give them this tutorial. So I hope everybody found this entertaining and informative. And yeah, so before I end this video, I wanted to make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like goal of 1,000 likes. That would be crazy. Also comment video ideas, and if you need any help with this, I'll be sure to respond to them. Make sure, if you do want more tutorials and funny content that I post on my channel, make sure to subscribe with post notifications so you do not miss any of my uploads, because you taking the time to watch my video really means a lot and helps me out a lot, so I really appreciate that. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in my next video.